All right, fighter. Let me get a couple out of the way right here real quick. Echo Knight. Rune Knight. Echo Knight gets the freebie teleport. I think I'm finally resolved to saying that Rune Knight is overpowered. Rune Knight is just getting way too many features compared to every other fighter. This one is definitely way above par. Echo Knight is busted. Yep, this one is broken. Infinite uses of that feature that allows you to teleport. Way too much. I like the fighter class quite a lot. Yeah, there's some tweaks that you can do to it, but yes, I do really like the fighter as is. I push back pretty strongly against the idea that all fighters need maneuvers, because I think that's going to overcomplicate the class. Rune Knight is just getting too many features. It really is. Once you cut down on the overall power of those runes, it's still a really, really decent subclass overall, but it just gets too much power. It's getting too much power, too many options compared to every other fighter. I think that Rune Knight's going to overperform no matter which way you try to cut it. Echo Knight Blade Singer Wreak Havoc. Yeah, it's insane what this one can do. Banneret needs some help. I feel like it's pretty notably poor. It needs less resource usage is what it needs. I don't need to track as much with that one. I'll say that it's probably at the top of D right now. Champion, I really do like. I'm going to put it there for right now. I really do like Champion quite a bit. It's simple, cut and dry, and it does the simple cut and dry thing very well. It needs a different feature in that like 7th level or whatever that is, but generally it's pretty all right. I think that what Champion is doing is serving its function, and that is to be the milquetoast fighter. It does the milquetoast fighter thing really, really decent in a way that I think is actually better than it just being milquetoast. So the lowered crit range has set a precedent for a lot of other subclass designs in third party. I actually really like Champion's design overall. I'll put it in A. Arcane Archer, we know that this one has problems. It's notably poor. I think that it's actually worse. I'd say it deserves to be right about here. You need more uses of that Arcane Archer archery thing. They have errata it to where it will work with like non-magical arrows and stuff now. One of the only times we really did see them errata-ing an official option, so that should tell you something right there. Rune Knight's rune could have been so cool on a barbarian. Yeah, it could have. Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. If we would have seen the Rune Knight over in barbarian instead of fighter, yeah, give me that. That would have been sick. First time hearing milquetoast was on from this channel. Oh, really? First time I ever heard of it was in Bloodborne, and then I was like, what does that mean? And then I was like, ooh, I got a new favorite word. Gunslinger, notably poor. The misfire mechanic is not 5e. It's not 5e design. The Gunslinger, this is the Matt Mercer one. There's a way, way, way better take on this one from Heavy Arms. And it's not as a fighter, it's as its own complete class. I've praised this thing. I think Bob World Builder just did a video on it the other day. Yes, the Gunslinger from Heavy Arms, go check that one out. Insofar as the one from Matt Mercer, the firearms rules are just too complicated. The misfire doesn't really need to be there. Everyone was really apprehensive about gun rules in 5e very, very early on. And now that we've experimented with them and seen what does or does not produce good playfeel, this one does not produce good playfeel. It's also not official. Yes, it's also not official. Battlemaster is going to be I would say Battlemaster is about middle of the road A. Yeah, I actually don't really think that the maneuvers are all that fantastic. They are nice to do, sure, but like if I was to make maneuvers, I would never use that superiority die thing. I think superiority die just actually winds up forcing you to spend power budget in the design where you didn't really need to. If you just got rid of the superiority die and changed the maneuvers, you could probably do it without a superiority dice. It's especially just kind of aged out now. I think Battlemaster is pretty much in A. Eldritch Knight, I think, is kind of decent. I think that one's probably going up above Artillerist, but that's about the best I can do for it right there. It does the Gish thing, sure. It just kind of misses with it. I don't think that they would be designing the Eldritch Knight today the same way that they had originally designed it in 2014. It needs help. It does. It's not a terrible one, but boy, is it not really a good one. Cavalier, this is a very, very strong tanking option. We're going to put this one up here in uniquely strong. I think Cavalier could probably go above Life. Sure, why not? Yeah, the Cavalier's Mark, or whatever it is, all of this is quite good. You're not just a horseman. You are a tank. You are like a commanding tank. Yeah, the Unwavering Mark, yeah. I think the Cavalier deserves to be in S, despite the fact that it may not be very, very interesting. It's just fighter with the yeah. For, it's fucking super funny. Do I think Battle Master is going to be reworked in the 1D&D due to the weapon mastery? Yeah. No, for sure. The Critical Role Gunslinger was just supposed to be a field expanded passion. Yeah, no, for sure. They did make it like somewhat official-ish by putting it on D&D Beyond, but that's only insofar as what the Zeitgeist considers to be official. What I think they're going to change about the Eldritch Knight and the new edition? Oh, I have no idea. I have zero idea. After they announced the reversion, like that they were backpedaling on some of the stuff, I was like, I cannot predict their next move. I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, basically my bingo card from last year is basically full now. But like, that was everything that I could really think of at that time. I didn't expect that. I knew that Four Elements was going to get a rework. I just didn't know how goddamn hard it was going to be. And that is an extensive rework, and I actually really like what they did with it. But yeah, all the stuff with Warlock, it was just like, there goes a whole bingo row. Samurai. Oh. Okay, no joke. That's where I'm putting Samurai. This is my favorite fighter in the whole game. Samurai's fucking sick. This is such a goddamn good fighter. Like, I cannot overstate how much I adore this one. In some ways, I wish that this was more like the base fighter than the champion. I wish that this was more of what it meant to be a champion rather than, I guess the flavor that Samurai is trying to evoke is the fucking Samurai, right? I don't know that I ever would have thought of, you can forego your, like, what was it? You can forego the advantage. Yeah, Rapid Strike. What a cool feature. Oh my god, they just fucking nailed this. You learn to trade accuracy for swift strikes. If you take the attack action on your turn and have advantage on an attack roll against one of the targets, you can forego the advantage for that roll to make an additional weapon attack against that target as a part of the same action. You can do so no more than once per turn. This is extra attack buried into a feature right here. Fucking cool. I dig it. I love so much of what this one's throwing out. This is such a huge flavor win. I really hope this gets printed in the next player's handbook. Yeah. Psy Warrior. I honestly have not seen it played enough to really give it a fair evaluation here. So my people, what do we think? You all tell me. We're going to go with chat on this one. It's in B? Really? How would this be for a new video? Subclasses should just have been for a different class. Subclasses that should have been there for a different class. All I can really think of is like Rune Knight right now. Yeah, that's what all came to mind. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll kick that one around. We'll see.